I I love what you just highlighted in that sense. Before coming to today's engagement, my 13-year-old daughter was asking me, could I ask a question? I'm like, sure. So this is from her picking up
Okay.
on this whole male female that she is influenced by, given society and the narrative that has been played. And she said, I am curious to know if there was one advice for the youth today, what would it be?
See, gender is a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm putting it in a very basic way.
Please.
What is in somebody's pants is not my business or your business. It
Correct.
is only relevant in a few places like bathrooms and bedrooms and somewhere. In rest of the places, your gender is irrelevant. It's a question of your competence, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you're capable of, what you're not capable of. We need to bring the world to this place that what kind of body you have is not my business.
Mm-hmm.
Only in bodily relationships it matters. In rest of the time, it's not my business. For this, women also should think this way, but right now, it is, I don't know, it's a complete, you know, man's dream is being played out by the women, you know.
Yes.
Because, like yesterday I was somebody… because I was supposed to talk to some musician, and I said, okay, let me hear something, so they played a video. I'm sorry I'm using such words, but I'm saying because it pains me that women are being projected like this. And a musician is on stage in underpants. I said, why are musicians in underpants? They said, Sadhguru, only that sells. I said, what is this? So this is horrible exploitation of the woman, and women are cooperating in this. She can wear what she wants, it's not my business. But if she's wearing that only because that's what sells, that is not right in the society. It's her choice what she wants to wear. But it's not her choice, somebody else is determining her choice, which is not choice at all. So, this is important both for young boys and girls, they need to come up with this, that your body is your business, all right? It is not something that everybody needs to be involved with your body on the street. Everybody need not be involved with your body. People need to be involved with your intelligence, people need to be involved with your competence, people need to recognize your genius. Everybody on the street need not be involved with your body. Body has its purposes, body has its beauty, body has its nature. That is in a different way. I am not trying to say what should be the dress code. No, I'm saying a man should not decide a woman's dress code, that's all I'm saying. Right now it looks like it's man's perversion which is deciding a woman's dress code. This needs to change if women have to be free. So this is why I'm saying, as… as from man's muscle it is moving to a cerebral nature of activity, similarly from a woman's flesh it has to move from… to a cerebral nature of activity. So right now this may sound like an absurd thing, no, no, this is how women are, no, no, this is how man has expected woman to be. This is not how women are.
Mm-hmm.
I know enough women in my life, all around me, to clearly know that this is not how they are, but they think this is what is expected out of them.
Is that a superwoman syndrome, Sadhguru, that you call this?
I'm sorry?
Is this a superwoman syndrome that they define this as, where women just want to project themselves in a certain way?
No, I'm saying this is a sure way to destroy the beauty of feminine in the world, because right now you understand masculine as the ideal of success. If you want to succeed, you have to be like a man, you have to show your muscle. This must go, because this whole thing is coming from this is a consequence of, in one way, that economic engine drives everything in the world. When economy is the only thing that matters, everything is a marketplace. Everything is about… See, in the marketplace, if I give less and take more, I'm smart, isn't it? Hello? If I go to a marketplace and give more and take less, I'm stupid. But right now you must understand, in your homes, I'm sure it's true for you also as women, I've seen women working in so many ways, my own mother, my sisters, my aunts and many other women that I see, yeah, when they are at home, their whole thing is to give themselves totally because they're doing something that they love to do. They're doing things for people that matter, that what I get is not important. That's what makes their life beautiful. This should not happen just at home, this should happen in the society, that everybody is trying to do their best to everybody else. This is the nature of the feminine. Right now you are saying, wherever you go, I must give less and take more, whether it is marketplace or marriage, the same thing is happening. And nobody is happy, nobody is living well, nobody can relax their guard. All the time everybody is guarded against each other because every place is a marketplace. Everywhere you go, you're seeing how you can profit. No, that's not how human beings can live well. Human beings can live well. This is right now, I constantly live among volunteers who are always trying to give their best in any given situation. People ask me, Sadhguru, of all the things that you do, what's the most important thing? I say, people around me, the sort of people that I've gathered around me who are willing to give their lives away without any expectation. This is what is most beautiful about my life, because that is what is most important in the world. Every place is a marketplace means we are always trying to take advantage of somebody, isn't it? When your mind has become a marketplace, there will be no consciousness, there will be no finer aspects of life, there will be no room for the feminine in the world. Masculine will rule. It's all about conquest, it's all about exploitation. It's not about, it's not about love, it's not about inclusiveness, it's not about involvement with life. Where there is no unbridled involvement with life, there is no life at all. Only with involvement you can know life. There is simply no other way.
I just would hand over to Noor. Before that, I want to further ask you one thing
You
more.
use the word superwoman, I would say my mother was a superwoman. She did not earn a single rupee in her life, but she was a superwoman, she was the most respected in the family. Well, did she ever ask, what will I get? Never, but she is a superwoman.
We all are superwomen, Sadhguru. Thank you so much. I want to ask you, Sadhguru, is, now if we are a business, we doing business. Business is gender neutral. It doesn't recognize who is a man and who is a woman, and I totally believe in this. Now, as a woman who is into a business, it is our dharma, it is our duty to earn money so that we can give employment to many people and we can contribute to the economy of our country. So how does it gel with your idea of feminism? Is it what we are doing something right, or we should be, I would like to know your opinion on this.
No, just now you said business is gender neutral. Then you say we are women in business. No, you are just in business, you are not a woman. You're just a business person like anybody else. Why are you a woman in business? Don't do that, don't take your gender to the business. You're in business, you must conduct it in a judicious way, that's about it.
It's how probably society looks at it, and we need to correct this. Thank you so much for telling this to us. Over to you, Noor.
It's so fascinating to hear all these concepts, and my question would be, where do we start in terms of shifting such paradigms and such mental models that are so ingrained in our experience as human beings? Would it be targeting educational institutions? Would it be in the home, a combination of the two? How do we manifest? How do we bring this to life other than having these deep conversations and awakening a different perspective in humans?
If it happens within us, essentially if the transformation or change happens within us, it will naturally manifest at home, at school, at workplaces, in the society, everywhere it will naturally manifest. So this is the fundamental thing that I would like to point out. But we are always trying to change the home, we are trying to change the school, we are trying to change the workplace, we are trying to change the social situation. No. What needs to change is within us. If this one changes, if we are at home, we will make sure the home is different. If we are at school, we'll make sure the school is different. If you're in a workplace, you'll make sure the workplace is different. So, right now, this may look like a faraway thing, but just look back and see, 25 years ago, across the world, not just in any one place, where was, I mean to say, in terms of work, in terms of recognition of competence, in terms of educational qualifications, where was a woman 25 years ago and where is she today? Most people wouldn't imagine, isn't it? Isn't it so? In most societies, most people
Yes.
could not imagine that this will happen. So I'm telling you right now, the only thing that was tilted against her were, one thing is the man's muscle. He's got stronger, bigger muscles for survival. Another thing is childbearing, which took a major part of her life at one time. Because to have 2, 3 children survive, she had to deliver 7, 8 children, which kept her whole life busy. But right now, infant mortality rate has gone down significantly across the world. If you have 2 children, most probably both of them will survive, I'm saying. Those days are gone where you had to bear 8 children for 2 to survive, which used to be the way in the past. So, this man's muscle and childbearing, both of them have been neutralized now. Once this is done, you should not think in terms of gender. You should just think in terms of human competence. It is important for us to understand men and women are same species. But right now, a whole lot of people are campaigning as if they're separate species. No, it's one species, one way or the other, either loving or hating, they have to live together, all right? The choice is this, but the nature of the feminine is not of conquest. The nature of the see, when I say feminine, I'm not talking only about women. Masculine, feminine are two different qualities in nature. Well, when feminine dominates, we call somebody a female, when masculine dominates, we call somebody a male. But it need not be determined by one's gender. The feminine as a quality, if it does not play equal role, 50% role in everything that we create in this world, then we will have a very skewed life. We will have dominance, but we will have no joy, we have no love, we have no inclusiveness, we have no play of life happening, because right now this is what is happening. The most successful people I see are the most stressed and miserable people on the planet. Well, success is the sweetest thing in human life, isn't it? Doesn't matter what we are doing, we want to be successful, whether the act is simple or complex, we want to be successful. Now, successful people are sending out a message to everybody, success is the source of suffering. This is not right. This is happening because too much of masculine nature, not enough feminine nature. There is no inclusiveness, there is no joy, there is no laughter in a workplace. Everybody is dead serious, like it's the… it looks like doomsday if you go and look at the offices.
It does.
Looks like today is a doomsday. Everybody is dead serious because somebody has told them, only if you're serious, you will work well. No, only if you're joyful, you will work well. Only if you do something with great joy will the best of your intelligence and competence find expression, isn't it? So the feminine has to come. Just women coming into the office is not good enough. Feminine has to play an equal role. Otherwise, you will have a skewed society which will have everything but will have nothing. This is how, unfortunately, Western societies have become. Everything is there, but everybody feels desperate all the time. This desperation is essentially absence of feminine in the social structure, in the workplace, and even at home. Everybody is trying to be like this. See, it is not in the nature of the woman to do this, all right? But they're all doing that because somewhere our definition of success has become masculine. This has to go. I would like everybody to appreciate my mother who never went out to any office and worked, my mother who never earned a single dime in her life, is a super successful woman in her life.
For sure. That's beautifully
You got
said.
me.
I got you.
That was very well said, Sadhguru. I would like to ask you, you said yoga is the ultimate expression of life. Could you tell us more about your love with yoga and why did you say this, that yoga is ultimate expression of life?
I'm not in love with yoga. I am yoga in a way, because the word yoga means union. Well, we've been talking masculine, feminine. If we have to talk in those terms, if these two things unite, this is yoga. If what you think is you and me, this is your idea, you understand? If both of us are buried, or let's say me and somebody else is buried, not you, both of us become soil, we're in union only, isn't it? Right now we are breathing, wherever you are, in whichever part of the world you are, you're breathing. You're also breathing from the same atmospheric bubble and I am also breathing from the same atmospheric bubble. Maybe my exhalation will touch your inhalation any moment. Just about the strength of the winds will decide how long it'll take. So I'm saying the whole existence is anyway in union. As a human being, you popped up on this planet. You're just a pop-up. Like, in the computer there are pop-ups. You're just a pop-up and you will pop out. Just because you can prance around on the earth, suddenly you think you're different. Suppose you were made like a tree, that is, you were rooted in the earth, you would clearly know you're part of the earth. Because you're allowed mobility, suddenly you got a fancy idea that you are something other than the earth, isn't it? So, life is anyway in union. The whole cosmos is anyway in union. When you experience that, we say you're in yoga. Right now there's a complete misconception about what is yoga. If you twist and turn and look like a leftover noodle, you are in yoga.
Wonderfully explained, Sadhguru. I've
So,
never
it
had.
is a question of union. So, do I practice yoga? No, I am yoga. I live in union with everything in my life. And every human being has to live like this. If you are in one with everything, does somebody have to tell you, don't kill this person, don't rob this person, don't harm this person? Do you need teachings and commandments to tell you what you should not do? If for one moment, as you're sitting there and I'm here, if you experience me as a part of yourself, does somebody has to tell you, be nice to Sadhguru? Is it necessary? I'm asking. So all moralities, all ethics, all values, all commandments are simply because we have forsaken our humanity. The fundamental nature of our existence is this, I must tell you this. Where in 1998, when some UN agencies came and made a prediction that 60% of Tamil Nadu will become a desert by 2025, I didn't like this prediction, I looked around, then I saw it is definitely happening. Then I saw what is the thing to do. That day, the green cover in Tamil Nadu was 16.5%. I said, we must move this to 33%, so we need to plant 114 million trees, I said. Everybody around me rolled their eyeballs and said, Sadhguru, 114 million trees, how is this possible? Then I asked them, what's your population? They said 62 million. So if all of us plant one tree today, take care of it for 2 years, and plant one more, it's done, all right? Even a beggar on the street can plant one tree. Actually, as a symbolic thing for this Kaveri calling movement that we are doing, which is 42 rupees per tree, beggars in Chennai have actually contributed for planting of the trees, because I wanted to prove that even a beggar can do it. You don't have to be a rich man to do it, everybody can do this, all right? The question is only, we are not experiencing that oneness. So how to do this when they said, I said, I spent 6 years planting trees in people's heads, which is the harshest terrain usually. So the simple thing was, I set up a spiritual process. I made people sit near the trees and made them sitting with their face up, breathing, and made them experience what you exhale, the trees are inhaling. What the trees exhale, you are inhaling. Once they experience this, Now you can't stop them from planting trees. Now according to the government gazette, the tree cover has gone up over 7.2%. According to Google Maps, it's over 11%. You can't stop people from planting trees because now they see that it's a part of their lung hanging out there. I'm saying if you knew yoga, if you experience the oneness, this is not something you have to create. This is the way life is happening, isn't it? This is the way life is happening. We are one with everything, but we have a psychological drama going on in our head which makes us believe we are a world by ourselves.
Very true.
Sadhguru. Noor, would you please ask any question? And
with everything we've been speaking about, I feel I have so much to take in. It is truly so wonderful. In terms of what you just mentioned about that oneness and connection, in a very odd manner, 2020, with the experience of the virus, it's kind of thrown us all in a very similar journey of emotional uncertainty and uncertainty that has looked at us maybe more so in our face, right? I mean, life is uncertain. However, with this experience, I think that has been heightened somehow. And how do you see this impacting the next few years in terms of our evolution and understanding?
Noor, did you know that you're having the globe as a halo around your head?
I love it.
You're having the
I
world map as a
didn't
halo.
notice. I didn't notice.
So, very symbolic.
that's so well. That's well.
So, the thing is about the pandemic. See, it's very simple. If only the humanity was little more conscious. When I say little more conscious, the essence of being human, when compared to other creatures is, they all have instincts of compulsive behavior. Their survival process, their reproductive process, everything happens instinctively. This is why even their reproductive times are decided by nature, okay, for all the other creatures. But for human beings, many bars were removed by nature because we are supposed to be, we are the only ones who are referred to as beings. Nobody else is a being. This is the only one which is referred to as a being because we are supposed to know how to be. If we knew how to be, what is the problem with the virus? All we had to do was when the virus started coming in, if we said, okay, this virus is coming in next 14 days, all of you simply be by yourself, don't do any human contact, just be by yourself, do whatever you want to do, you sing, you dance, or you close your eyes and meditate, do whatever. No human contact. If we were conscious beings, effortlessly we could have done that. That's the end of pandemic, isn't it? But just see how difficult it is. When pandemic is on full scale, people are dying around you, people say, I want to have a haircut. I didn't know haircut was such a compulsive thing, I haven't had one in all my life now. I'm saying, people are saying, I want to have my haircut, I can't live without my haircut. So, I'm saying we have become so compulsive, far more compulsive than other creatures actually, unfortunately. This is forsaking our humanity, because humanity comes into play only when we are able to consciously choose what to do and how to be. Once we give up our conscious choice of right now how to be, then we are no more human beings. We've just gone back in evolutionary scale. So this is all that needs to happen. It's not just for this pandemic. Whatever else may happen to this planet, all right? Whatever else may come our way, because what the world throws at you is not your choice, not always your choice at least. But what you make out of it is 100% your choice. So this is all we have to do. that we must become more conscious human beings, and we can be called human beings only if we can handle our requirements in a conscious manner. See, everything that an animal does, we also do, all right? They are born, we are born, they grow up, we grow up, they grow up simply, we grow up with lot of fuss. And they eat, we eat, they reproduce, we reproduce, they die, we die. Everything that an animal does, we do. On physiologically, we are just another animal, all right? The only thing that makes us different is the same things of growing up, of eating, of sleeping, of reproduction, everything we can conduct it consciously. That is what is the difference between us and them. Yes? If we do not conduct this consciously, then you have given up your evolutionary status of being the peak of evolution on this planet. Now our problem is there, not in the pandemic. Our problem is not in the virus. Our problem is in lack of being able to be conscious, lack of responsible behavior. That's where our problem is. On many levels this is finding, and I'm constantly trying to take people back into that. People are saying, for example, there's a war against plastic. It's a completely misdirected war. Plastic is one of the best materials we have produced on the planet. You can recycle the same material 1,000 times and use it. There is no other material like this, all right? It's a fantastic material, you can make just about anything out of it. But now it's become a serious problem. It is in the oceans, it is in the rivers, it's in the landfills, it's everywhere. The problem is human irresponsibility, isn't it? The problem is not plastic. If you use plastic responsibly, it is a great thing because you don't have to produce any other material, you can keep on recycling the same thing for many years, for generations of people, we can use the same material. But we are saying we are waging a war against plastic, we are waging a war against virus. No, viruses, bacteria, all these things have always been there on the planet. Many times it's jumped. In the process of our evolution, in the development of our intelligence, in the development of human placenta, virus has played a significant role. Maybe this virus will make a genius out of you, I don't know I'm joking, this is not a time to joke, I know everybody's dead serious because people have died, people have lost their loved ones, people have lost…
Yes.
Economic losses are there, but you do not know the full impact of this virus upon your system yet. You still do not know, that's a fact.
Sure.
In the past, it has happened million years ago or so, that the basic quality of human placenta, which is the basis of women being able to bear healthy children, is because of virus influence. A certain virus influenced us. Similarly, the development of our body, our intelligence, nearly 52% of our body right now is microorganisms. Only 48% is genetic material, rest is all other creatures living within us. So, the problem is not of the virus has always been there on the planet. Maybe they were in the bats, maybe they were in the pangolins, right now they chose us. But the problem is just that human beings are behaving in unconscious and compulsive ways, that is the problem. If we just consciously sit aside for one fortnight, it's a done thing.
Yes.
But can you get the human society to do that right now?
That is the mystery.
You are the Noor, you must throw light on us
it would be, it's a blessing, honestly, to have this exchange, and I'm very grateful for having been part of this conversation with both of you, really. Harjinder, please.
Thank you. Sadhguru, I can't thank you enough for such insightful thoughts that you gave us today. As always, the session was an eye-opener. I'm sure our viewers will agree that we'll go back to introspecting and connecting with our inner self, trying to find balance in our thoughts and action. I will thank everyone who is there with us today. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. And I also would like to thank Noor on behalf of IBEC, on behalf of myself, to be there as part of this session. Namaskar, Sadhguru. Thank you so much.
Please come and visit us either in Coimbatore or in Tennessee. We have a beautiful place out here. You're in United States, Noor, is it?
I'm in Jordan.
Oh, you're in Jordan, okay. I've been to
Yes.
Jordan once, came to Petra and also Amman. We traveled in that area. When either in US or in India, please come and visit us. You also, Harjinder.
Would be a pleasure, and needless to say, you always have a home here as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, Sadhguru.